Our third daily headline takes us to MLB. A very scary incident occurred in last night's game at Yankee Stadium when a line drive off the bat of Todd Frazier struck the face of a young girl sitting directly behind the third base dugout. Players on the field were visibly emotional as they knelt down, some covering their faces, some crying. And this scary instance has caused many to once again debate fan safety at ballparks. Harper, I know you have a strong stance on this. Should all MLB teams expand the protective?
Yeah, it's way past time. Pete and I were both there yesterday. If you could have felt when the ballpark just came to a stop, and I've never seen that at a baseball game.
Not to that extent.
Yeah, it had the feeling of a football game where you see a guy go down and obviously, a bad injury, that type of thing where the players all stopped waiting for the young girl to be treated and everything else. Yeah, I've written a number of columns about this over the last couple of years. It's time. I mean, there are too many examples of this. There's no reason not to have the netting. 10 teams have put up the netting. Very few complaints among fans about sitting behind the netting. And there are ways to do it. A couple of teams have done it where you can put the netting, have the netting there, but raise it and lower it so fans can still interact with players for autographs, have them flip balls between innings, that type of thing. So there are ways around that which some fans are against. But one of these days, you hate to say it, somebody's going to get killed if they don't get this done.
And you'd rather be proactive than reactive.
Right. And I think the reaction of the players after the game that we talked to, like every one of them said they wouldn't let their kids sit in an unprotected area. CC Sabathia, Chase Headley, Todd Frazier was still very emotional after the game. Yeah. So I think it's important. I think it's something the players definitely want. They've lobbied for. I understand that fans pay a lot of money for those seats, and they don't. And some fans are pushing against it. Maybe they'll say, well, you should pay attention if you're sitting in those seats, or you shouldn't have a 3-year-old girl.
They have no idea how fast those balls are coming at them.
Yeah, I mean, when those balls are coming 105 miles per hour off the bat, you have no time to react. I don't care if you're watching it or not.
Right. Yeah, you almost have to be a superhero to be able to have those reflexes. But I remember I went to the Mets game right after the All-Star break when the Mets installed that netting. And I got to be honest with you, it took me until the middle of the game before I even realized, oh, the nets are up. So it really is not that big of a deterrent, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, like you said, you're sitting that close. Safety is the prime concern. And you're spending all that money for those tickets. You want to be able to have a good experience at the ballpark. And as you said, Taylor, be proactive. It shouldn't take something like this for the rest of baseball to catch on. All teams should have this.
Yes, and sadly, this is at least the third time this season that a fan at Yankee Stadium has been struck by a ball or a shattered bat. So hopefully there is some improvement going forward.